Hey guys, Janessa here. I'm excited. It's the first night of our brand messaging series of videos. I'm going to do one every week. Every Monday, there will be a brand messaging video this month. So I'm excited to get this started. So what is a brand message? This is what you're going to talk about across all of your platforms. This is what you want to tell the world about your business, about what your brand stands for. And it's also going to help connect your people to you, and it's going to repel the people that aren't a match for you. So that's really important because your audience won't grow, you won't get the right clients, and your business will stay stagnant if you don't have the right messaging that connects to your audience. So I think I mentioned in a previous post that there is a file in the files section that is an ideal client worksheet. And I know for some of you that's been an issue, trying to figure out exactly who your ideal client is. And it's not an easy thing to figure out at first because it requires you to dig a little deep, and it also requires you to really think about who you're serving with whatever you're selling. So I'm going to dig into that first a little bit about who your ideal client is and how to figure out, who you're talking to. Because that's, before you can create your message, you have to know who it is that you're talking to. We don't want to talk to everybody, because if we talk to everybody, then we're really talking to nobody. So let's figure out who you are talking to. So I really do suggest that you download that worksheet and work through it. It's really easy. You're gonna make them real. You're gonna make them a real person. When I first started my business, I get a lot of advice that said, okay, who's your ideal client? What are their demographics? How old are they? Are they married? Where do they live? All of this stuff. And while all of that stuff is absolutely pertinent to figuring out who your ideal client is, in my head, hey Wanda, hey Jen. So in my head, I'm saying, how the hell do I know? Like, I don't know who this person is. Who is this person? Like, as a real person, who are they? So that's really the first thing that we need to do, is make them real. Like, make them your best friend, make them yourself. I know that can be a little scary, right? But it's true. Make this ideal client somebody that you can relate to. Hey, Jay. And then really dig deep into them and try to understand. Don't try. You need to understand how they feel. What are their pain points? What struggles do they have? What keeps them up at night? And then how can you solve the problem that they have? What is it that you sell that can solve their problem? And then, so why are these things important? They're important because every time you post, blog, podcast, write an ad, your packaging, your website, everything is going to be based on your ideal client? Will this attract my ideal client? Does my ideal client want to hear about ABC? What do they care about? You're talking to this person every time. So again, download that worksheet, work through it. I highly recommend it because it's an easy worksheet. It's easy to follow. You're going to, pretty much have a person in your hand by the time that you're done with that worksheet. It's a great worksheet. So let's next talk about what is a message? What's your message? Sorry, I have my slides here. I just want to make sure that I'm getting them up. All right. So your message is what you want the world to know. What do you want them to know? The best way to figure out and get some clarity around what you want your message to be is to choose 5 words that you want your ideal client to think about your brand. So what do you want them to feel? What do you want them to say to other people when they talk about you and your business? How do you want them to feel after they've done business with you? And then name one thing that your brand stands for. So a value. I suggest figuring out what 3 core values of your business are. And the importance of doing this is because it directly connects you to your ideal client. And it connects your ideal client to your brand on an emotional level. So you're selling your story. You're selling your message. You're selling emotion. You're not selling your product. You're not selling your service. You're selling the transformation that your ideal client is going to get from you. You need them to resonate with you on a deeper level. That's going to get them talking about you. That's going to get them sharing you. That's going to get them coming back. So the whole thing is that people don't buy goods and services. And I'll thank Seth Godin for this amazing quote. They don't buy goods and services. They buy relations, stories, and magic. I know that when I first started my business, I was like, no, I'm selling photography. I'm selling coaching. That's what I'm doing. But my ideal clients don't resonate with that. Like, I know what I'm selling, but what are they going to get? What are they getting from me? And it's not just coaching. It's a transformation. It's a leadership. It's a guide to where they want to go. So your message should go something like this. My ideal client thinks my brand is blank, blank, blank. So 3 to 5 things that you think that you want your ideal client to think about your brand. Because I blank. So what do you do that makes them think those things? They feel 3 to 4 feelings when they think about my product or service or doing business with me because why? And after they do business with me, they feel XYZ because XYZ. My brand prides itself on standing for, what do you stand for? I'll make this a PDF as well and put it up in the files for you. So Now pull out the most important parts of that paragraph that I just kind of blurbed at you. You'll get the PDF shortly. And create your message in one sentence. So it should start with something like, my name is blank, I do, or I help. Who do you help? And how do you help them? So it's, I help women entrepreneurs create a standout brand so that they can attract their ideal clients and be profitable. That's kind of like your little elevator pitch. Not your total message. That's not your total message. We're just getting the, the surface, hitting the surface of this. You have to have an idea of what your message is, who you're helping, and why you're helping them. Hey, Kayla. So the next thing you need to do is figure out your why. And it is not because I want to make more money. It is not because, I want to sell more hats or whatever it is you sell. This is a much deeper level. Like, really, what is your vision? What are you doing this for? What change do you want to make in the world or in somebody's life by doing what you do? So some clarity questions are, why did you start your business? What problem are you solving? Who are you helping? And what are you selling? So if you can answer those questions, the deeper question or the deeper answer will come. A really good exercise that I did, that one of my coaches gave to me, was the 12-step level. So it's like you answer your question, why did you start your business? And then you write your answer and then ask yourself why. So then write your answer for why. And then you take that answer and ask why again. So you do it 12 times and you're going to get to like 6 or 7 and be like, I have no freaking idea. Don't stop. Don't stop doing it. Keep doing it. Because by the time you get to the end of that 12th why, it's like a crystal clear, nailed down answer as to what the hell you want to create in this world. And it's an amazing exercise. So that's something that I highly recommend that you do. Why is your why? Why is your why important? So again, it connects you to your audience. People care about why you do what you do. They're not, if you are selling a widget, some people may be searching for, I need a widget, and finding you. But there's a reason that they're choosing you over everybody else. And your why is part of that because it's baked into your messaging. Especially in this day and age, people really care about what you stand for and why you do what you do. I'm going to share my why with you just so that you kind of get an idea. So my vision is to help as many entrepreneurs as I possibly can to grow their business, grow their profits, and have a better life. Why do I want to do that? Because when I change one entrepreneur, I help one entrepreneur or change their perspective or whatever it is, however we're, working together, I change that household. I changed the household because I've changed how they're growing their business. So now they have a different mind shift perspective, a different income, a different self-worth that they're bringing into their home. And when they bring that into their home, that changes their home, that changes their family, then that changes their neighborhood, then that changes their town. Like it's a ripple effect. So could I change the world? I could. Could you change the world? Absolutely. We can all change the world. And it starts with just one thing. It could start with a smile, for Christ's sakes, but really, whoever you're helping, even if you're selling a hat, like you're selling a hat, now mom's head is warm and she's happy and she treats her kids better. And her kids are happy, so they go to school happy and they treat their friends better. And they teach their friends how to be kind. And it's just a ripple. You help one person and it's just a big ripple effect. And it helps people to relate to you, obviously. But making this clear for yourself will help you better understand who you're talking to in your copy, in your content. And then it will attract, again, the right people. So I wrote this a little while ago, but I'm going to read it to you anyways. When I went through this exercise the first time, this is what I wrote. I help business owners and entrepreneurs clearly and confidently brand their business so that they can attract their ideal clients and be profitable. Unlike other branding coaches and courses that focus on only the visual aspect of branding, I take a holistic approach by showing you how to brand from the inside out, using your story, your voice, authentically connecting you to your audience while growing your business. So when you hear that, who am I attracting? I'm attracting business owners and entrepreneurs who want to have a profitable business, are having trouble or are confused about branding their business, who their ideal client is, and how to attract them authentically. That's exactly who I want to attract. And I'm repelling the people that are not in that wheelhouse because they're not my ideal client. I think another very important thing to say about this is that everybody is not your ideal client. I think I said this earlier in the same video, but hey, Susie, hey, Bob. When you talk to everybody, you're talking to nobody. So you really need to niche down and figure out exactly who you're talking to. And the easiest way to do that really is to make them real. Make them real in your head, like your imaginary friend. And, you know, every time you post something, every time you put something on your website, every time you blog, every time you podcast, whatever you are putting out into the world, talk to them. Talk to that person. That is what is going to connect you to your ideal audience. It's going to grow your audience. It's going to grow your profits. It's going to grow your customer base. It's going to grow your email list. You're going to grow. But you have to have it nailed down and talk to them all the time. So I hope that this video was helpful to you. I will get those PDFs up in the group very shortly. And if you have questions, leave them here. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. And I will see you Thursday night. What are we talking about Thursday night? Let me see. I will go figure out what we're talking about Thursday night. Oh, yes. So Thursday night, we're going to talk about your unique value proposition. What makes you special? And we are kind of, this is part of your messaging too, because you have to understand what makes you stand out from the crowd. So that's what we're going to talk about Thursday. And everyone have a wonderful night. Let's see, do I have anything else to say before I sign off here? I do have some cool stuff coming up, so just make sure that you keep tuned in. Stay tuned. We've got cool stuff coming up. It's just the beginning of the year. So I will see everybody on Thursday. All right. Have a great night, guys.